You're watching the Smallbiz Video Network.
I'm Stan, and this is Suzanne Mulvehill. And Susan is the author of Employed to Entrepreneur, where she describes her experience of leaving the workplace and entering into the world of entrepreneurialism.
I was in a situation personally, and a lot of people that I counseled, where they felt there was something greater for them.
Okay.
And part of making that transition was leaving their job and discovering more of who they are.
Okay. There's a whole philosophy tied to the way you view entrepreneurialism that is, as you say, kind of holistic in nature.
Absolutely. There's no question about it. And I, in addition to a number of people, have made the transition to start their own business as part of discovering that holistic aspect of who they are, a mind, body, spirit approach, which is really what my book is about. I would probably do things different today had I known what I know now.
Like what?
I would have done more marketing consulting versus just re-engineering. I would have done something for what I was known.
Okay.
I was known in the field of marketing. I was in publishing. I was known to help people with advertising, and I would have more easily made a transition in that direction versus something that I thought I was good at, but nobody knew.
Learning how to discover what your skills are before you make that leap, so that you can go in a direction that's going to really be of value to potential clients and so forth. Maybe you can reiterate that a little bit.
Just basically the concept of listening to what other people have to say, becoming willing to hear what other people have to say about your skills. Because I found out, like I was sharing, that I had turned down some work because I didn't think I was a writer. And so people see skills are gifts when we often don't. I had to redefine what success meant for me, and that in my book there's a whole chapter about redefining success.
How does one do that?
Changing the paradigm. My belief system was that success meant having an office, making a salary. When I wasn't making any money, how did I feel successful when I wasn't making any money?
I often ask myself that question. So you can't.
Well, you have to change the paradigm, and success meant for me at this point that I had my own schedule.
And that you had actually gained the confidence of leaving your work environment and the security associated with it. That was an achievement for yourself.
It was, and there were times, Stan, I would get calls about taking other jobs. And I would thought, oh my God, the thought that I could just have a paycheck next week was just, I was like hooked on having the money because the money made me feel okay. And I have a chapter in the book called Before the Money Flows.
You have a new book that you're working on?
I do. It's called Inspiration for Entrepreneurs, a Daily Guide.
And tell me a little bit about that. Tell our viewers.
Sure. It's a daily reading for entrepreneurs to deal with the ups and downs of business. So, for example, one of the days it talks about some days you're going to want to give up. And, what do you do on those days that you want to give up? And it talks about, just validating the feelings that an entrepreneur feels when making this transition and wanting to give up, and the highs and the lows of business, dealing with it.
Suzanne, I want to thank you for being on the show today.
My pleasure. Thank you, Stan.
And I wish you the best of luck with what you're doing. And you've come up with some wonderful ideas and strategies for people looking to start, run, and grow a business.